What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with another presentation. Um, I just want to say for the record, you know, I know a lot of people tell guys that they got to change their mindset and attitude, but your attitude is cultivated by the experiences that life has given you. People don't just wake up with a bad attitude. People don't just wake up choosing to be down and out and pessimistic. It's the experiences that they've had in their life that led to them becoming that way. I just want to clarify that. But I got a story for you guys. A story that I just it was a story that I just this is a story that I just saw online about a couple that this was a story about a couple that's from Missouri. How many of you guys are from Missouri? Put a thumbs up in the chat if you're from the state of Missouri. But yeah, this was an incident that happened in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys the rundown of this story and what happened. And this story here, this story takes us to St. Louis, Missouri. It says Carrie Hardin, a 39-year-old woman who was tragically killed by her husband, Pastor Kenneth Hardin Jr. He killed her and killed his own father he killed her and called his own father about the terrible thing he had done to her. He confessed to, it says he confessed to his father, and his father called the police. Now, this was a crazy story, and I just felt compelled to do a story about this because, I was raised in the church, and the church really brainwashed me a lot in my life. It had me thinking that, these women, they choose men based on the content of their character. But that's a lie from the gates of Hades. Women don't choose men based on character. And this story right here proves it. I mean, this man was a preacher, 39-year-old man. He had a beautiful wife. They had two beautiful children. This was a successful couple. I mean, he was a pastor. His wife was a nurse. That's why I say you got some men who have the world in the palm of their hands and they just not thankful for what they have. Because if I was a man and I had a wife that was a nurse, I'd be happy. I mean, that'd be a dream come true. I mean, this man had a beautiful wife. I mean, she was a nurse. I mean, if I had a wife that was a nurse, she could doctor on me, and give me my checkups, and put that little thing on you and listen to you and stuff. See, you got some men, they got the world, they got the world in the palm of their hands, but they're not thankful for what they have. And this is a clear story right here of a guy who was not thankful for what he had. This dude was definitely not thankful for what he had. I mean, the couple lived in Missouri. They relocated to Fayette, Georgia, and they relocated to Fayette, Georgia, and they were doing well. They had a nice home and everything. This couple was very successful, and then things took a turn. Things ended up taking a turn. Things ended up taking a turn, but this is a very tragic story that occurred, and it's very unfortunate. But this just go to show you that you got some guys who have the world in the palm of their hands, but they're just not they're not thankful for what they got. I mean, the family, from what I could see, seemed like they were a happy family. The children seemed pretty happy. Uh, Everything seemed like it was good. But things can look perfect from the outside, but things can be terribly wrong on the inside of things. See, when you see these happy marriages and stuff, you think everything is happy and peaches and cream, but you just on the outside looking in. You don't go home with these people. You're not in the household with these people to see what's going on behind them closed doors. I mean, the kids looked happy in the photos. This is a really tragic event here, but it's a lot of these tragic events, and this is why when I see these types of stories, it just confirms to me even more that women do not care about the content of your character as a man. They do not care. Your character, you being this upstanding guy. This man was a preacher. Back in 2015, I used to think about becoming a preacher because, being raised in the church, I was thinking about being a preacher. But incidents like this just prove to you even more that women do not care about the content of your character as a man. They don't care if you're a good man or a bad man. They do not care. You could be a good man and you'll still find yourself all alone. And this story right here just proves it. I mean, this man was a pastor. You wouldn't think a pastor would end up being in a position like this. You wouldn't even think you wouldn't think a man of God would end up doing something like this to his wife. But this is what led to the incident. They say they were having an argument in their Fayetteville home, and he had been drinking. See, alcohol don't mix well with some people. He had been drinking. They got into an argument, a dispute, and things ended up going left. And the man ended up killing his wife. He ended up shooting her because of an argument. This is why some people don't need alcohol. This is why some people do not need to drink, because alcohol just don't set well with certain people. And this story right here, this story right here just proves it. Now these two children are gonna grow up without a mother, gonna grow up without a father, and these kids are just gonna be another statistic without a mom and dad, all over some foolishness. But this is one of the reasons to why, incidents like this is one of the reasons to why I don't take church people serious. I mean, you got a man who was a preacher, a pastor, and look at what he did to his wife. Look at what he did to his wife. He was a preacher. That's why I say, man, I don't put nothing past them church folks. And I'm so glad. This confirms even more incidents like this. This is why I'm so glad I backed away from that religion. Because religion grooms you to be a square. It does. And this is why I'm so glad I got away from religion, that church, because I used to really believe that when these women get with these men, that they're choosing men based on the content of their character. They're not. It's all superficial reasons to why these women choosing these men. And stories like this just prove it, Man's supposed to be a pastor. Look at what he did to his wife. But he was supposed to be a man of God, though, right? And my mother and aunt and my grandmother always wanted to raise me to be this man of God. But look at what this, look at what this so-called man of God did to his wife. He took his wife out. That's exactly what he did. He took his wife out. This is why you can't put nothing past no one. But you know what? From my take on this story, he looked like he was this guy looked like he was one of those reformed, reformed dome checkers, one of them reformed home wreckers. You know what I mean? You got some dudes, they just look like, one of them ninjas, one of them ones. Even though he was a preacher, check out the story and you be the judge for yourself. Just check out the story and you'll see what I'm talking about. He looked like one of them ones. But this guy's going to serve life in prison. And these type of stories will just continue to repeat themselves. But that's been all right now. Reporting live, Life of Hell News. You guys have a good evening. Talk to you soon. Peace out.